So, I've just finished my first architecture job, and let me tell you, it was quite an experience. Some days were great, and some days were just
No! God, please, no! No!
quite hectic. You guys can't even fathom what I've been through. You understand what I'm saying? If you're looking for your first architecture job, I might have got some insight that might just save your sanity. Keep watching till the end. You might just get data that can help you land your first architecture job. Let's get right on to it. Alright, first things first. Getting job in architecture isn't just about getting a degree, showing your degree, and going like, hire me. You need a person, and I am the one, and hire me. So it doesn't work like that. First, I'll share about how I got a job in the first place, how I selected an architectural firm where I knew nobody because I just traveled to this new city, but I still managed to land the job on my first week. What normally people and everyone does is that they send numerous amounts of emails, they send their CVs, and they don't even get any response. So follow the steps, the one that I'm going to share with you, and you might just get your first job. So what I did was I convinced my friend to go together, and we went together to the new city. We first of all searched for a place to stay there, and afterwards we opened Google Maps. Then we searched architectural firms. Now we located in which region there were most architectural firms, like there were several amounts of firms, not just one or two or three. Then we went to a printing shops where we printed we calculated the number of architectural firms, like we were going to visit 9 firms or 12 firms or 15 firms on the first day. So we printed 15 CVs. We printed one portfolio which was going to be remaining with us, and we will be showcasing it as our work, because we were going to be going in person. We visited number by number every architectural firm, and we dropped our CV. In most of architectural firm, we found the principal architect, we found the owner, we met with him. We even tried to convince him, but some of the firms said that they weren't looking for an architect. Some of the firms were short on projects. Some of the firms didn't have any space for new members. But eventually we found one single architectural firm which was looking for architects, and they too for fresh graduates. So they were looking for fresh graduates, and we were there on the spot. We were not on a phone call, we were not on email and trying to convince them. We were there on the spot, and we told the principal architect that we are here and we will be joining from even today. We can join today, but it was like their closing time, so we were told that we will be coming tomorrow. But anyways, the point of me telling you is that do not rely on online things, online connections. You won't get reply on your emails, you won't get reply on your calls, on your messages. What you're going to do is go print your CV, print your portfolio, and start visiting architectural firms. Start talking with the principal architects. You might be able to convince at least one architect after visiting like 20 architectural firms. So that was how I got my first job. After visiting on our first day, we was really happy. We were really, excited, enthusiastic, and we were like doing every kind of thing. We were like entering the office as if we were owning the place. We were the only architects, and we were having every kind of thoughts, like we will be going on sites, we'll be talking to developers, we'll be talking to contractors, to clients, to owners, and we will be having meetings and schedules and everything. We were expecting a lot of things, but as soon as we entered the place, everything went dark, as if we knew nothing. We were just blank right there and then, because the architectural world of practical world and educational world are two separate entities. What you learn in your educational institutes are really separate from what they demand from you in an architectural institute. So at that moment, we realized that what we had been learning all these years was just theoretical base. What they actually demanded on the spot was like getting details done on a single floor plan, getting a door details done, getting details of a window done, getting floor layout done. It was like quite hectic. We were like We did learn a lot. All of the work was really great. Like every day was going very smooth. We were learning a lot. We were doing a lot. Like we were all-rounder kind of situation. But there were few challenges as well. Like kind of revisions. We got endless revisions. We were doing if we got a project, if we got one single task, we would like do that task on a basis of the theoretical, on the things that we learned in our theoretical basis. But what they demanded was on the practical basis. So we had to learn them to in order to execute it perfectly. So we had to revise it. When we submit our plan, our senior was like, "It's okay, it's good, but let's just do it again. Let's just redo it. Let's just change this. Let's just change that." So we've got endless revision, and you guys have to be ready for that as well. And apart from endless revisions, there was another challenge of time. You had to be on time. So no matter how many revisions you got, you had to submit that task on that specific time. So if you were late, you were वो कहते हैं तुम्हारी शामत आने वाली है. खैर, you had to be precise with your time. You had to be precise on your submission. You cannot delay your submission. So you can delay your submission, but it would ruin your reputation. If we had a project, if we received a project today, we had to develop a floor plan for that project. We had to be precise. We had to be perfectly. The deadline does not mean that you should just complete the work as it is, or you can just complete it no matter how it is. No, you had to be perfect. You had to be completing all the requirements of the clients. You had to be doing every kind of aspect that the firm demands from you, as well as completing it on time. So that was quite challenging. Let me give you an example of how by what the deadline and the revision mean. As soon as we get our project, if we get a project today and we had 2 hours remaining for our closing, so we had to stay overnight. It was not an option to just transfer the project to the next day, which was quite hectic. And this is the time where you learn something, because you are pressurized a lot. Nowhere to go. You must do the work in order to get your free life over there. So in my opinion, this is the most critical and learning situation that where a person can learn is when the deadline is near and you are nowhere near completion of the work. So this gap is what makes you learn everything. Now, apart from challenges, there are positive aspects about the job as well. There are a lot of revisions, there are a lot of hardship, there are deadlines. You might have to stay over there till 9 p.m., till 10 p.m. There are a lot of growth opportunities for you as well. You get better every single day. Your speed gets better, your thinking capability gets better. The plans, the layouts, and the details, you kind of memorized it on top of your head. You don't need to be is this okay? Is this not okay? You just know that this thing is okay. You learn that ability. You learn the ability to multitask. Eventually, you will be able to work on multiple projects at the same time, which I think was very hard for me. Because if you are thinking, if your mindset is following on one project, it was very difficult for me to focus on the another project. Because the critical situation of one project was very different than the other project. So me working in a job was quite stressful, but some days were quite, I don't have word to express those days. Those were quite extravagant days. Some days we get, first of all, when we started our job, we were tasked to, develop a floor plan of a single project, imaginary project. We were given a task. We spent 3 or maybe 1 week, 3 days or maybe 5 days a week on that very project. And eventually when your first project gets approved, the victory that you get, that appreciation that you get for your first project was amazing. It keeps you motivated. The office is not just about work. Sometimes you get free food, sometimes you get to go outing, sometimes sometimes you get site visits, sometimes you get to meet new people, sometimes you get to see new materials, experience new techniques, experience new design elements, experience new software elements. You learn design tactics, you learn everything. It's just not about work, it's about mentality, it's about discipline. You work when to go, where to go, and how to go. All right, it just brings a lot of change in a human being. Office had just unlimited amount of coffee, of chai. Over there we were drinking a lot of chais, probably like 3 cups a day, and followed by 2 cups of coffee. And sometimes we would get free lunch from the office, or maybe free dinner from the office side, which was like a happy meal, a day of celebration. If you are looking for your first architectural job, and what you fear the most, drop in the comments. I will try to reply to as many of you guys as possible, and make sure to help you out with your fear, to help you out with the tactics. Maybe you learn something new, maybe I learned something new. Do sure to subscribe to my architecture channel, and sayonara.